Reverend Professor Y.S. Indira, Vice Chancellor of Tukur University, Professor K. Shekhar, retired Senior Professor and former Registrar in NIMHANS, Bangalore, Professor Sanjay Bhatt, Department of Social Work, Delhi University, respected PDCs, all the IGNOU fraternity, and my dear colleagues of School of Social Work and other schools. Together, with an immense pleasure, we are here today for the national and international launch of Bachelor of Social Work BSW online program. May I now invite Professor Gross Enrollment, Director, School of Social Work, for delivering the welcome address.
ಇವನ್ ಕಳಿಸೋ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಇದು ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ.
It's my pleasure to be amongst such learners and experienced personalities.
It's audible food.
It is my pleasure to be among such learned and experienced personalities. Honorable Vice Chancellor of IGNOU, Professor Nageshwar Rao, the school PVC, Professor Uma Kanchila, PVC Professor R.P. Das, PVC Professor Satyakam, and PVC Professor Sumitra Kukreti, as well as Professor Shrikant Mahapatra, Registrar SRD, and Professor Jitendra Srivastava, Director, International Division. And may I take this opportunity to extend our sincere gratitude to our esteemed guest speaker, Colonel Professor Y.S. Indira, Professor K. Shekhar, and Professor Sanjay Bhatt, for taking time out from a busy schedule to be involved in the international launch of Bachelor in Social Work online program and blessing us with your presence. The offering of the BSW program through online is yet another venture of the school. Our Vice Chancellor, Professor Nageshwar Rao ji, and Co-Vice Chancellor, Professor Uma Kanchila's support and constant push have turned our endeavor into reality. The launching of social work program in IGNOU has been interesting. The first proposal to offer social work program through ODL was made in the School Board of School of Continuing Education in the year 1992. In the year 2007, an independent School of Social Work was established to cater to the growing demands of the discipline. The School of Social Work aims at providing quality education in the areas of social work, HIV/AIDS, counseling, tribal studies, among the related fields. Currently, the school is offering 9 programs of studies through the open and distance learning mode, namely Doctor of Philosophy, Masters of Social Work, Masters of Social Work with a specialization in counseling, Bachelor of Social Work, Postgraduate Diploma in Social Work Counseling, Diploma in HIV and Family Education, Certificate in HIV and Family Education, Certificate in Social Work and Criminal Justice Systems, Certificate in Tribal Studies. I am pleased to inform that the total enrollment for all the social work programs from the school from the year January 2019 to July 2021 is 31,171. The school is also offering Certificate in Tribal Studies through striven, that is a study web of learning for young and active minds, as well as through online mode. It is due to the concerted effort of Professor Gracious Thomas that the School of Social Work is the first school to be offering social work programs through the open and distance learning mode, and it gives me immense pleasure to add another feather in my cap by being the first school to offer Bachelor in Social Work through the online mode. Also, the School of Social Work is the first school of social work in India to take social work education to all the states and union territories in the country. It has indigenously developed high-quality self-learning materials and uses multimedia approach for imparting social work education, teaching, and learning, as well as training both in English and in Hindi. It offers social work programs to in-service learners and engages a large number of practitioners for social work supervision. As director, I am proud to inform the distinguished dignitaries that we have been providing transcripts and practicum certificates to many of our graduates for migrating to Western countries for job as well as higher studies. Also, 90% of our graduates are employed in different walks of life. The IGNOU program of social work maintains an enviable standard. This is possible only because of the constant support and hard work of our social work faculty and the support of our ever-encouraging Honorable Vice Chancellor and the PVCs. The launching of the Bachelor in Social Work in the International Forum is yet another achievement of the university, whose mandate is education at your doorstep. The offering of social work programs internationally have further paved the way for the school to provide inclusive and quality education in social work across the country and beyond borders. With this, I thank each and every one of you for your support and blessings to the school. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Rose. Indeed, the launch of BSWG Online program is another feather in our cap. And from program introduction, I would like to now invite Dr. V. Kanappa Shetty, Program Coordinator of BSWG Online program.
Good morning, all. It's an honor and a privilege to be part of this program. I would like to give a brief introduction about BSW Online program. The Bachelor of Social Work dedicated for people who are interested in providing professional assistance to people in need. Persons with professional training or degree in social work generally work in social relevant areas such as healthcare, community development, education sector, counseling, family, correctional setting, social defense, women's welfare, children welfare, disability sector, mental health, and so on. With globalization, market economy, liberalization, and technological world, new concerns and human problems are emerging, which need to be addressed. This program will be particularly useful to people employed at middle and lower countries and NGOs and INGOs. It will also be useful to fresh candidates who may likely to work in social welfare sector. The unique features of this program: it's a completely online program which will cover both practical and theoretical aspects. Duration of the program, minimum 3 years, maximum 6 years. The eligibility is 10 plus 2 grades or equivalent grades. The BSW Online has two components, such as theory course, which is 72 credits. Second one, field work, which is 62 credits, totally 132 credits. The field work will be conducted under the guidance of a professional qualified social worker, and completion of field work is mandatory for getting degree certificate. The students will be given unique ID and online platform where they can upload their fieldwork journals and relevant documents. The current enrollment for BSW ODL for 2019 to 2021 is 8,890 students. With this, we have a great hope that BSW Online will cater to the large number of learners who wants to pursue professional social work through online. Once again, thank you very much for your valuable time.
Thank you, Dr. Shetty. May I now request respected PDC, Professor Ravin Prasad Das, to say a few words.
Good morning, everybody. Our esteemed Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nageshwar Raoji, all the experts witnessing this launching of BSW program in online mode of our university, for the school director and her team, and the other my PVC colleagues and others who have joined this program. In fact, I am delighted that in a very short span of time, social work school could think of launching this program in online mode. I have to put on record here that the people who are watching this program, that in the last 1 year, almost 1 year, IGNOU has made tremendous efforts in launching various programs in online mode, and particularly the addition of this program, BSW, which is a job-oriented program, not only for people who are employed, but for the freshers, is going to have many papers, and availability of this program in online mode is definitely going to be a boost to this program. I must congratulate the school for designing this program in a very short span of time in online mode. I wish a good luck and success of this program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for encouraging our young faculty. We are a young school, and indeed we take pride in being a young school and work hard towards launching many more online programs. Thank you indeed. May I now invite respected PVC sir, Professor Satyakant, sir, to address the August gathering.
धन्यवाद आदरणीय कुलपति महोदय और हमारे सभी माननीय अतिथि, यहाँ उपस्थित कुलपति, समकुलपति महोदय, मैं सबसे पहले बधाई देना चाहता हूँ स्कूल ऑफ सोशल वर्क को कि उन्होंने इस कोर्स को, इस पूरे प्रोग्राम को ऑनलाइन के माध्यम से विद्यार्थियों को उपलब्ध कराने की पहल की है। इसका थोड़ी ही देर में उद्घोषणा होने वाली है। सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि जो सोशल वर्क के जो प्रोग्राम्स हैं, जो कोर्सेज हैं, वो एनईपी के बहुत करीब हैं, क्योंकि इसमें जितने भी सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़ाए जाते हैं वो मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी हैं, इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी हैं, क्योंकि इसमें हेल्थ के भी इश्यूज हैं, इसमें परिवार भी है, इसमें ग्रास रूट लेवल्स पर काम कर रहे व्यक्तियों को भी के स्किल्स को भी शामिल किया जाता है, क्योंकि बहुत ज़रूरी इसका एक कंपोनेंट है फील्ड वर्क। कल ही बात हो रही थी निदेशक से कि इस कोरोना के माहौल में हम फील्ड वर्क कैसे संपन्न कर सकेंगे, लेकिन ये जब ऑनलाइन ही आ रहा है तो इसके माध्यम से कई रास्ते निकलेंगे फील्ड वर्क के लिए भी, और वर्चुअल तरीके से भी हम डाटा कलेक्ट कर सकेंगे। ये चैलेंज तो होगा, लेकिन मैं जानता हूँ कि हमारे जो साथी हैं स्कूल ऑफ सोशल वर्क के, वो बहुत ही एंथुसियास्टिक हैं, युवा हैं, और इस दिशा में वो बहुत तेजी से कार्य करेंगे। मैं बहुत बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूँ और अपनी शुभकामनाएं भी कि यह कार्यक्रम बहुत अच्छे से आगे बढ़े और हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा विद्यार्थियों तक इस अमूल्य कोर्स को और रोजगार परक प्रोग्राम को हम विद्यार्थियों तक पहुंचा सकें और अपने विश्वविद्यालय के मोटो जन जन का विश्वविद्यालय को सार्थक कर सकें। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, शुक्रिया।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, आपके आशीर्वाद उत्साहवर्धन के लिए और शुभकामनाओं के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। May I now invite our respected Vice Chancellor Ma'am, Professor Uma Kantilal Ma'am, to kindly address the August gathering.
Thank you, Dr. Soumya. Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, esteemed guests of honor, Colonel Professor Y.S. Siddegowda, Professor K. Setu, Professor Sanjay Bhatt, fellow Pro-Vice Chancellors, Director School of Social Work and her whole team, entire IGNOU fraternity, good morning to all of you. At the outset, I would like to congratulate the School of Social Work for coming up with this launching of the online program of BSW. And this decision has been taken at a very short span, and I mean, all the formalities were completed by them. And I mean, they have been very enthusiastic about the online program. In fact, we have a very young and dynamic team at School of Social Work, and with full of energy and full of enthusiasm to work towards some, I mean, innovative things that can be taken up. And now talking about the online programs, in fact, we started with 3 online programs in January 2020. And in a short span of time, And that is in January 2022, with the able leadership of our Vice Chancellor and his guidance and support, we are now able to provide 32 online programs that has been put on board. BSW happens to be a very popular professional program, and I'm sure that when we take it to the online mode, it's going to be a great success. And there's going to be a huge demand for it, not only at the national level, there is also demand for it at the international level, in fact. And we are getting, in fact, a lot of requests coming from different quarters to go for BSW online, especially in the international market. So this is something that it will open up a gateway to offer this program to a larger audience in future, in fact. Now, talking about online program, when we talk about it, it's not just, interaction that is online. We go completely online in a sense, right from registration to certification. All the activities are provided in online mode. And the content that, we follow a four-quadrant approach where we have learning material, we have a lot of rich content in the form of videos, audios, and with full of animation, simulations, and those are the experiments that we are going to work on that. Then we have interaction through discussion forums, which is asynchronous, as well as we plan to go in for live interactive sessions or counseling sessions that we call, that will be through web conferencing mode, or it could be through the Swayam Prabha channels that we have, or the Gyan Darshan channel of IGNOU. We will be using that as well. And finally, the assessment part that is there, that's also going to be completely online. We have been conducting remote proctored examination, and this is what we plan to do also for the BSW. The unique part of this program is the field work. And we had a lot of deliberations on that, as how we go about the field work when we talk about virtual offering of the program. So we are actually with the faculty, we are brainstorming, and also with the technical support, we are trying to build up a platform where we can also conduct the field work completely online, where we have templates for the journal submissions that the students have to do, and also the hand holding through the supervisors that are there in the field. So this is going to be a completely online program, as I mentioned, and this is going to be a big challenge also, and they have a lot of practicals also. So we are working towards e-tutorials and other things for this program, in fact. The future of the program, in fact, at the moment we are launching it in English, but in future we are in the process of translating our programs. So we will be going in other regional languages as well very soon. And apart from that, the faculty is also working towards offering masters in social work in online mode in future. So with this, in fact, once again, I congratulate the entire team of School of Social Work and wish a big success of this program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your encouragement and appreciation means a lot to us. So thank you indeed. May I now invite respected PVC ma'am, Professor Sumitra Kukreti ma'am, for addressing on our gathering.
Thank you, Soumya. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nageshwar Rao ji, guest speakers on this occasion of international launch, Professor Y.S. Siddegowda, Vice Chancellor, Tumkur University, Professor S. Sekhar, and Professor Sanjay Bhatt, all my fellow Pro-Vice Chancellors, Director, School of Social Work, and other dignitaries. Very good morning to one and all. This is really a matter of great happiness that today School of Social Work is going for international launch of Bachelor of Social Work. The academic programs of the school are in great demand, and I wonder that a new school like SOSW has already been running 9 academic programs. And these programs are, I'm sure they are very popular among learners. Bachelor's in Social Work is a job-oriented professional program, and its onus lies in imparting academic excellence along with practical field work and equipping the learners with skill and ability to focus on social development. With the rising number of NGOs and other organizations which work in the field of social work, which are completely devoted to social work, the students will get very good placements. Various courses in the programs, as we have learned just now, all these courses are in consonance with the demands of international job market. I hope it will be highly successful, and definitely it will attract large number of students, learners, not only in India, but even at international level. So on this occasion, once again, I congratulate Director Professor Rose and her entire team, particularly the program coordinator, on this international launch. I wish them all great success. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, ma'am, and thank you for highlighting the relevance of BSW program, and specifically when we are launching it in the both national and international level. Thank you, ma'am, again. And may I now invite Professor J.K. Srivastava, Sir, Director, International Division, to address the August gathering.
धन्यवाद डॉक्टर सौम्या। आज के इस लॉन्च प्रोग्राम की अध्यक्षता कर रहे हमारे माननीय कुलपति प्रोफेसर नागेश्वर जी राव, हमारे उपस्थित समकुलपतिगण प्रोफेसर आर.पी. दास साहब, प्रोफेसर सत्यकांत जी, प्रोफेसर माकांजी लाल जी, प्रोफेसर प्रीति जी, हमारे विश्वविद्यालय के निमंत्रण पर, स्कूल ऑफ सोशल वर्क के निमंत्रण पर उपस्थित हो रहे देश के प्रतिष्ठित जो आचार्य हैं, विद्वान हैं, प्रोफेसर वाई.एस. सिद्धेगौड़ा साहब, प्रोफेसर साकेत कुशवाहा साहब, प्रोफेसर के शेखर साहब एंड प्रोफेसर संजय भट्ट साहब, सोशल वर्क स्कूल की निदेशक प्रोफेसर रोज, डॉक्टर सौम्या, डॉक्टर लिंगा स्वामी, डॉक्टर सेप्टी, और यह जो हमारा बृहत्तर इंदिरा गांधी राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विश्वविद्यालय परिवार है, मैं आप सबका अभिवादन करता हूँ, अभिनंदन करता हूँ। मित्रों, एक समय था जब लोग सोचते थे कि सोशल वर्क की पढ़ाई डिस्टेंस में नहीं हो सकती है, लेकिन इग्नू ने वह भी संभव किया, और आज हमारे माननीय नेतृत्व में ऑनलाइन में भी यह संभव हो रहा है। हम कल ओडीएल के अगुआ थे, अब हम ऑनलाइन के भी अगुआ हो रहे हैं। ये बड़ी बात है, और ये हमारे नेतृत्व के कारण संभव हुआ है, और हमारे साथियों के सद प्रयासों से संभव हुआ है, जो लगातार हमारे साथी विद्यालय में कोशिश कर रहे हैं, और हमारा नेतृत्व माननीय कुलपति जी और उनके सहयोगी जो हमें उपलब्ध करा रहे हैं ये सारी। तो सबसे पहले मैं बधाई देता हूं इस प्रोग्राम के लॉन्च पर, ऑनलाइन इंटरनेशनल लॉन्च पर, और आपको आश्वस्त करता हूं कि इंटरनेशनल फोरम पर हम इस प्रोग्राम को बहुत अच्छे ढंग से ले जाएंगे, और उम्मीद करते हैं कि हमें अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर देश के बाहर ढेर सारे विद्यार्थी मिलेंगे, और इस प्रोग्राम से वो लाभान्वित होंगे। इस प्रोग्राम को पढ़कर, इस प्रोग्राम के माध्यम से वे अपने जीवन को, अपने समाज को, देश को और पूरे विश्व को लाभान्वित करेंगे। और निश्चित तौर पर आप लोग बधाई के पात्र हैं जिस तत्परता से आप लोगों ने इस बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण प्रोग्राम को, जो कि एक तरह से रोजगार परक है, जिसमें रोजगार की संभावनाएं हैं, उसको संभव किया है। सचमुच मैं आप सबको आपका अभिनंदन करता हूं इसके लिए। बड़े प्रोग्राम को ऑनलाइन में ले आना, इतनी कुशलता से ले आना, उनके प्रैक्टिकल एस्पेक्ट्स को भी उसमें शामिल कर लेना, ये सब बड़ी बात है, और आप लोगों ने यह किया है। और बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि हमारे कुलपति जी, जो प्रधानमंत्री जी का आह्वान है कि अंतर्राष्ट्रीयकरण किया जाए अपनी शिक्षा का, जो हमारे तमाम पाठ्यक्रम हैं, हमारे कार्यक्रम है, उनका अंतर्राष्ट्रीयकरण किया जाए, और भारतीय शिक्षा को बाहर ले जाया जाए, अन्य देशों में ले जाया जाए। हम उसमें आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, धीरे धीरे ही सही, लेकिन काफी काम किया है हमने। और जैसा अभी प्रोफेसर माकांजी लाल जी विस्तार से बता रही थी, हम लोगों ने 150 से अधिक प्रोग्राम स्वयं पर किया है। हमारे इस समय बड़ी संख्या में हमारे प्रोग्राम ऑनलाइन हो रहे हैं, बैचलर प्रोग्राम, मास्टर प्रोग्राम, डिप्लोमा प्रोग्राम, सर्टिफिकेट। इस अवसर पर मैं बैचलर सोशल वर्क जो आप लोगों ने लॉन्च किया है, इसके लिए हार्दिक बधाई देता हूं, अभिनंदन करता हूं, और पुनः आश्वस्त करता हूं कि इंटरनेशनल डिवीजन आपके साथ है, हम इसे अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर लेकर। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
लिए, आशीर्वाद के लिए और सहयोग के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। अब समय आ गया है जब हम अपने गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर स्पीकर्स को सुने। Current Professor Y.S. Sidigora sir is the Vice Chancellor of Tumkur University, Tumkur. He has served as in charge Vice Chancellor during the tenure of service as Registrar in Karnataka State, Dr. Gangubai Hangal Music and Performing Arts University, Mysore, and Karnataka Sanskrit University, Bangalore. He's been Registrar Administration of 3 universities around 4 times. He's been Director Academy of Sanskrit Research, amongst many more achievements and many awards which he's received. Some of the prominent awards are that he's been conferred the rank of Colonel and the rank of Colonel Commandant of National Cadet Corps, NCC, Government of India. Sir has also been awarded Golden AIN Award as the most dedicated Vice Chancellor. So with immense pleasure and with a lot of gratitude, sir, that you've accepted our invitation and you're present here, we invite you to address this August gathering.
Good morning, friends. At the outset, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, you're audible.
At the outset, I congratulate the team of IGNOU Social Work for the international launch of BSW under the able leadership of Professor Nageshwar Rao, Honorable Vice Chancellor and known academician of the country. Friends, we all know that higher education institutions have a greater role in making India superpower and to prove that we contribute good human resources with quality education to the world economy. We are moving from 2.8 trillion to 9 trillion in 2030, which is aligned with SDG. We are of guarantee under the able leadership of Professor Nageshwar Rao with the previous experience of the university will definitely succeed the global attempt of BSW. I am happy to share here that national education policy has been introduced in India and in Karnataka as a forerunner. We have already started and moving with the definite object where that we are moving to 4.0, that industrial city, moving from that industrial society to knowledge society. As we all know, an education system rooted in Indian ethos that contributes directly to transforming India, that is Bharat, sustainably into an equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing high quality education to all, thereby making India a global knowledge superpower. The curriculum and pedagogy of our institutions must develop a deep sense of respect towards the fundamental duties and constitutional values, bonding with one's countries and a conscious awareness of one's that the roles and responsibilities in a changing world. To instill a deep rooted pride in being Indian, not only in thought but also in spirit, intellect, and deeds, as well as to develop knowledge, skills, values, and dispositions that supports responsible commitment to human rights, sustainable development, and living and global well-being, thereby reflecting a truly global citizen. Friends, the syllabus which are set for BSW, I went through what that Dr. Kannappan sent. But it is a good But let that the syllabus be on the base of UGC LOCF 2019, that the model, to make it more vibrant still at the global level. But every year, all professionals have grown, and with expansion of knowledge, the boundaries between different disciplines have become porous, that if there that emerges that the curricula needs to be revisited and revised, and then supportive knowledge areas and skills demand for practice be addressed in the curricula. Employability of young professionals should be kept in view. Pedagogy should be innovative and evolving out of the professions, and assessment and evaluation, which matters much, need to have a wide coverage of the knowledge and skills acquired during the course studies. Friends, the core elements that needed to flow through the curriculum to have the values and ethics of professional social work practice, the theory that guiding the profession, and the skills that are necessary for practice, and the ability to be engaged in lifelong learning, which are very clearly that reflected in national education policy. So let us follow learning outcomes based approach, where students are more that packed with the professional knowledge, skills, and values. Let us prepare a professional who can exhibit that the graduate attributes, who is capable of demonstrating a successful completion of the program. Let the syllabus be of international standard and international that compatibility of learning outcomes and academic standards to ensure global competitiveness and to facilitate students, graduates, the mobility, both students as well as the graduates. Using technology, as we all know that 83 domains of ICT have been identified under that higher education, that the strata, all should be used, that modules for independent learning can be designed, and partnership with Swayam and MOOCs can also be think of to enhance the learning outcome. That to maintain uniformity in the syllabus, the credit system may be redesigned. Now that the IGNOU, the Kanappan and Lingaswamy, that you figured that 132 credits, that if you look at that the NEP, that it comes to 140 around, to suit to the global standard, you can think of instead of 6, that theory can be figured 4 credits, and field work instead of 10, 6 reduced to 6, if you can think of, and the assessment pattern also. Hope that the IGNOU, their study materials, their instruction manuals, and all other this thing, no doubt that it is in international standard. I wish all the success at your that endeavor. Thank you very much for an opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you indeed for a very detailed insight into social work curriculum. I'm sure our program coordinators, Dr. Swami and Dr. Chetty, have made notes of your suggestions, and they will incorporate it accordingly. Thank you again for joining with us. Now, the next speaker we have is Professor Shekhar Kasi. He's a senior professor of psychiatric social work, a distinguished professional in the field of psychosocial support in disaster management, risk reduction in community mental health in India. He's been associated with the National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, Bangalore, over the last 4 decades. He was the former registrar Head, Center for Psychosocial Support in Disaster Management, Department of Psychiatric Social Work, Senior Psychiatric Social Work Consultant in Community Mental Health Unit and Adult Psychiatry. Sir has been an avid traveler. He's traveled across Asia, Africa, Europe, and Australia for disaster humanitarian purpose. Professor Shekhar has received many awards, including the Sinha Award for the best research in the field of social work. He's been an inspiring teacher, an avid reader, and still an enthusiastic learner. Professor Shekhar has over 250 national and international journal publications. To his credit, he's been instrumental in developing 68 information, education, and communication material. And he's carried out several projects, more than 50 projects with many INGOs, as well as WHO Geneva and India on psychosocial support to survivors of disaster. A very warm welcome to you, sir. And we are all keen to hear you, sir, to your special efforts. To you, sir.
Namaskar. It's a privilege to be at this particular international launch of the BSW Graduate Online course. Honorable Vice Chancellor of IGNOU and my dear colleague and friends, both Dr. Sidhe Gowda and Sanjay Bhattji, and the Pro Vice Chancellors and Professor Rose and Dr. Kannappa Shetty, the program coordinators and other dignitaries in this August launch by the People's University. It's quite a happy occasion to look at the past, present, and the future vestiges of social work as a profession. Since its inception, social work profession has traversed through many historical events and untold human issues. The profession is thriving due to its holistic understanding of human nature, which I am finding in your syllabus, being replicated and shown, and showing the issues, which is more in caring approach with professional dignity and human warmth. And that's a core element of your global launch, what you're doing today, as in its thing when I reviewed the entire thing. And as social work profession, the young 8,890, I welcome you to bring in or promote social change to doing problem solving in the human relationship, which are some of the larger, not only a national, but an international issue, empowerment and liberation of people to enhance the well-being. So it's not the ill-being of people, but to enhance the well-being of the people, where I'm finding mental health as also a component which has been introduced in your BSW course. My kudos for you in terms of looking. Not only that, your syllabus also utilizes the theory of human behavior, social systems, social work interventions, and how people need to interact with the environments. It is very eloquently put up. As said, we will go align along with not only the national education policy, but also with the international standards, wherein we have to look at the principles of human rights and social justice as fundamental to basic social work. And I'm very happy that it has looked into various interdisciplinary issues, looking at the family, the community, as well as the various evaluation and the policy implications and all. Friends, internationally, when you're talking about, there are large federations which are there: International Federation of Social Work, IASSW, ICSW, which recognizes the various past, present political, economic, cultural, and social orders shaped in specific contexts and have equal consequences for global, national, and local communities and the negative impact on people. Why I'm saying this, the students who have enrolled and the students who are going to take it forward think that there are international associations at the back of you looking at the larger thing. Not only that, even we do have professional social work being recognized at the United Nations and other international agencies. I'm happy that your course is open for not only a fresh student, but also people working in NGO sector, people working in INGO, those who want to start a NGO per se, and others who are in different disciplines coming into it. You need to strengthen and establish relationship with these sort of a major associations. Dr. Sanjay Bhatt is there, who had been the father of setting up that sort of a Indian association. So you can also bang on his door that this particular international students become a members of that particular fraternity and go along with that. And it is not only promoting sustainable communities and environmental sensitive development for some of the developing countries, what you're targeting as is a major factor. And we need to put up all these at the World Urban Forum, as well as not the least, look at our own country, look at our own community by developing partnership and promote community capacity building. That is what this People's University has now come to. And I am sure that it is going to help our own organizations at the grassroots level in different forms and other things, and go on to look at prevention, mitigation, and response to the various issues that people are having, and facilitate also a small aspect of research into the social work role in relation to various environmental challenges and the SJDs which are going on to the thing. I do wish everyone all the best, both to the faculties as well as to the students who are taking up now the 8,890 and the future students to come in. You're going to benefit a lot of being into not only your local community, your local country, as well as the nation and the international sort of a thing. You are going to make a difference. All the best to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you indeed for motivating us, encouraging us, and also highlighting the various nuances of both the curriculum and professional social work. Thank you. Now it's an honor and privilege to introduce my teacher, my mentor, Professor Sanjay Bhatt, sir. He's a senior most professor of social work at Delhi School of Social Work, University of Delhi since 2001. He's been in teaching, research, and action from 44 years. He's a social work educator, trainer, and development consultant with his French presence over 3 decades. He has also taught in the Department of Social Work at University of ND Kashi Vidyapeeth, Varanasi, Kurukshetra University, and Chitrakoot Gramodaya Vishwavidyalaya. He has written and edited several books, contributed chapters in 20 books, about 80 research papers, and many more occasional papers, monographs, and many more achievements that sir has. He's nurtured National Association of Professional Workers in India, NAPSI, since its inception, and he served as a president since 2013 to 2020. Sir has widely traveled to his own country as well as to other countries like UK, Australia, South Africa, France, Canada, Philippines, Kenya, Thailand, Indonesia, and many more other countries. Presently, he is the national convener of national campaigns to enact legislation for National Council for Social Work Education. We welcome you, sir, and we are keen to hear your speech.
Thank you, Soumya. Professor Nageshwar Rao, Vice Chancellor of IGNOU, his team of excellent professors and Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Das, Professor Satyakam, Professor Uma, Professor Sumitra, Professor Srikant, and Professor Jiten.
Unknown caller.
My colleague, Professor Y.S. Sidgoda ji, and Professor Sekhar, and the team of School of Social Work at IGNOU. I am most privileged person to be part of this inaugural launch, as I have been the witness and participants of the first program launched by IGNOU in social work. And I must not forget that with a great difficulty and with a lot of challenges, we have initiated program in distance mode of learning with Professor Gracious Thomas, and a large number of professional social workers in the country. They were wondering that how social work in distance mode of education, as one of the senior professor, Vice Chancellor said, will be possible. But thanks to a School of Social Work, who made it possible. I would like to mention here some of the statistics which will be very encouraging to the social work fraternity. As according to All India Survey on Higher Education, we have an enrollment of 67,086 students in BSW program. This is somehow 583% increase from 201011 to 2018-19. And not only this, there have been 102% increase in master's program, and currently more than 1 lakh students are being enrolled in BSW and MSW program. And IGNOU and ODL system have all reason to smile that it has also contributed a large number of BSW program, BSW student in ODL. And currently there are, I believe 3 lakhs students have passed out through the BSW. First school in ODL, now there are 18 distance mode of learning universities providing social work program. The excellent literature which has been prepared, of course 15 years ago, but now it needs revision also. I think that is what the contribution of distance mode of learning. On the part of fieldwork, we have designed the best possible standardized fieldwork program as a fieldwork journal, and also set certain rules who will supervise the fieldwork, who will evaluate the fieldwork, and not many non-professionals will be engaged into this process. So any academic counselor, all academic counselor teaching social work, they must have a degree in social work. So we have set the ball rolling, and we have also assured the social work community of the country that, like many other countries, we have capability to run a ODL program. The COVID pandemic has brought even conventional universities into the online mode. And being the first program in the online, which is truly Indian in core, and at the same time, the global in character, I hope that we will be able to attract a large number of students, and we will be able to respond the latest challenge created by national education policy to increase the GER, to increase the access, equity, to reach and international presence. We have prepared program, we have launched it today, but I will put my all appreciations for this program with some little caution. The caution is that we have to continuously innovate the program as per needs of the society. Social work is an academic discipline with core and crux of human relation into it, and responding to the social change. Therefore, the program, content, context should be changed in the context continuously. And this department, School of Social Work, sorry, I'm in habit of calling department coming from the conventional university, but this School of Social Work, I think, is in adolescent stage, 15, 18 years old. And the age of 18 years is very challenging. It has full of enthusiasm, innovation, but at the same time, it has all chances to frisk away. So we have to keep a watch that your programs are being taken as you have designed and you innovate them. In the country, there are 181 universities providing social work education. And we are also playing a mutual role. When I say mutual role, the ODL system literature has given a lot of support to the conventional universities. And many students read the literature prepared by the IGNOU. I think, as I said, that it requires little social auditing, changes as per the change in the context. Now, Corona is another context. So are we updating our knowledge and skills? That is one. And finally, I will be the most happy person to see that any program of social work gets wide recognition and success. I have worked with, I have an opportunity to work with Professor Nageswar Rao in one or two committees. I have seen his style of working, and I'm sure under his leadership, the School of Social Work will create many more milestones in the history of social work. And with the prime university in social work will contribute into the development of social work education and profession. Keeping in the mind that standard and quality is the demand of today, I'm sure the School of Social Work take note of these things. I congratulate the team, I congratulate the IGNOU, and we look forward to the best result possible and make your program truly international. Thanks for giving me an invite, and thanks Dr. Kesar, Dr. Sekhar, for inviting the student of social work and the faculties of social work to joining the National Association, because this is the time when we are talking of professional standard setting bodies. And the one thing which is missing is the National Council. And I know that there is a galaxy of people, very influential people, Professor Nageswar Rao and his team, and Professor Y.S. Sidgoda. I request that the ongoing campaign to establish the legislation, that the Council for Social Work Education will get your support. Thank you very much for the invite and my wishes. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you indeed. We have made note of all your inputs, the valuable inputs which you've given, and we will definitely keep in mind while designing our curriculum and while launching our programs. May I now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Nageswar Rao, and our eminent guests of honor to kindly launch the BSW online program internationally.
congratulations to School of Social Work for launching this BSW online program today in the august presence of my good friend Professor Sanjay Bhatt ji, Colonel Y.S. Siddhagowda ji, Professor K. Shekhar ji, and one of my friend who could not present over here, Professor Saket Kushwaha. We have received valuable inputs from all the three distinguished experts in the field. And I'm sure that my colleagues in the School of Social Work, they will look into it and try to see that how this particular program may reach to all. The School of Social Work, it has got an important role in this university. This particular school is engaged in extension work. And the social reach of these programs, it is big in numbers, reaching to almost all parts of the country, where this spread of education is essential. The school, initially under the leadership of Professor Gracious Thomas, and now Professor Rose, is making all strides in this particular arena. Even when we have gone for the initial launch for a few online programs, the School of Social Work, it was enthusiastic to launch their first program, that is on tribal studies. And there also their concern was to look at those people, look at that particular class of human beings who require this educational benefits the most. Normally, in the schools, whenever we talk about that, we must go for an online program launch of social work, then the schools are rarely reluctant to go for it. But in our case, the School of Social Work, their young and dynamic faculty, they were eager to go for it. And they were looking at all sorts of structural changes, which is essential to make these programs much more useful to the learners in online mode. They are continuously experimenting with the idea of looking at their project work, looking at the current requirements of the society, looking at the current thrust of NGOs, the national as well as international scenario. And young faculty, they always look into it. They go for required changes at the earliest. And I'm happy that the school has got the patronage of the senior people present over here. Colonel Gowda ji, Professor Shekhar, and Professor Bhatt. They are the legends in the field of social work.
And when they look at a program, particularly in terms of its content, in its context, pedagogy, the evaluation process, and they find that the program is useful, then it is really a blessings of these experts to the school. School, they always looked at these challenges carefully. And they make it a point that let our students, they should get the best out of this entire process. Earlier in the ODL mode, their effort was to reach the unreached. Now this online mode is reaching to their home, not reaching to their place or city. Now they are reaching to their home. That is the online mode. And the government of India is seriously thinking about it. National education policy has talked about to go for more and more online programs. National education policy has talked about more and more for internationalization of these programs. National education policy has talked about that how to add more and more components of skilling. National education policy has also talked about that how we can put those courses wherein the practical components they can also be added. And all these things they have been taken care of in this particular program. Because my young friends, they are serious. They are enthusiastic. And they are good listeners also to the great experts. And they are also aware what the national education policy wants from them. Recently, in our E-Vidya Bharati project, mainly catering to African countries, the demand for this BSW program for South African students, it was put before us on online mode. And immediately the school has responded. And the school has tried to get it done from this session itself, January 2022. The zeal, enthusiasm, the leadership, the young leader. Rose is the young leader of the school. Soumya ji is also there. My two young friends, they have joined recently. They took up as a challenge to go for it. Because we are having in a better position, because we are also the national coordinator of Swayam. We are also the national coordinator of Swayam Prabha. 4 specific channels they are being earmarked to us. And recently, we have also experimented with an idea that let the subjects be taught in their mother tongue. And this experimentation during the last 2 weeks in 12 languages, we are trying to provide the educational contents by the teachers in their own language. Tamil, Telugu, Punjabi, Marathi, Bengali. It is a novel experiment, but our purpose is to reach the unreached. The people, they don't, if they are not knowing English, if they are not knowing Hindi, then at least they may be taught in the mother tongue. And that experiment is also getting good response from the learners. So we are seeing that how we can reach to all those who have got a desire to have the higher education. at an affordable cost with good quality contents. And IGNOU is always the answer to all such adjectives which are being put for good quality education. We were also accredited recently in our first cycle of accreditation by NAC as A++. So that also certifies that ours is a learner-centric organization. We look at the requirements of the learner and then we try to change our teaching learning process according to their needs. All these faculties, they are trained already for going these online programs, initially in SWAYAM courses. It is the Ministry of Education initiative, and where they have gone for 1 or 2 courses on SWAYAM platform. And once they have got that initial exposure of this 4-quadrant approach, now they are ready to go for any program, whether it is of 3 years duration like undergraduation, 1 year duration of any diploma or the PG diploma program, or 6 months duration of any certificate program. They are confident enough to look at the requirements of the learners. And here, I once again request my respected experts to guide the school, because you all are the experts in your own field. Your wisdom, your guidance, your motivation, your inspiration, all these things, they will give them enough energy to move ahead in that direction. On this auspicious occasion of launching this BSW online program, I once again compliment my whole faculty of the School of Social Work for doing such a good job. And I'm also thankful to our experts who spared their valuable time for this historic occasion. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for inspiring us, for motivating us, for encouraging us, and even persuading us to go an extra mile to excel in our field as well as to keep the IGNOU banner high. We are very, very grateful to you, and we look forward for your blessings always. Thank you indeed, sir. May I now request Dr. Kundan Swami, Program Coordinator of BSW Online Program, to say the vote of thanks.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Guests of Honor, Pro Vice Chancellor, distinguished guests, directors, and faculty of school. On behalf of School of Social Work, Indira Gandhi National Open University and its faculty, I feel immense pleasure to place on record my sincere thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nageswar Rao, for his continuous encouragement and support in all the activities of the school in launching this BSW online program. I thank today's guests of honor, Professor Y.S. Gowda, Vice Chancellor, Tumkur University, Professor Saket Kushwaha, Vice Chancellor, Rajiv Gandhi University, Professor K. Shekhar, former Registrar, Nimax, Bangalore, Professor Sanjay Bhatt, Department of Social Work, Delhi University, for their valuable presence and blessings and their words of wisdom. My sincere thanks to our Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Uma Kanjilal Ma'am, for her continuous follow-up on the program. We are also thankful to Pro Vice Chancellors, Professor R.P. Das sir, Professor Satyakant sir, Professor Suvitra Pukuriti Madam, for their encouragement in all activities of the school. School of Social Work Also thankful to Professor Srikant Mahapatra, Director RSD and EMPC, Professor J.K. Srivastava, Director International Division, Professor V.V. Subramaniam, Director COE, IGNOU, for their cooperation and active encouragement towards launching the program. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Professor Rose Nindikam, Director School of Social Work, and the faculty members of School of Social Work for their cooperation and active involvement in the designing entire program structure and valuable suggestions. I would be lacking in my duty if I don't place and record my gratitude to Mr. Rajesh CPRO, Mr. Vinay, Mithun and Anjana Sharma for their support in conducting this program and giving a beautiful shape. In the end, I extend my sincere thanks to all the viewers, guests who have participated in this event. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Dr. Swami, and thank you all the people who joined us today, both online and offline. Thank you indeed.
Pro Vice Chancellor, IGNOU Professor Uma Kanji Lalman, the most respected names of mass comm education, Professor K.G. Suresh, Vice Chancellor, Makhanlal